What is up, world? This is Kimberly and Connor Tracy over here at Big Red SEO on this wonderful Friday.
Hey, guys.
We are in our house again, but in a different space. We actually wanted to pull everything back in our home, and the main reason for this is while we do have an office space, if you've worked with us now or for a while, a lot of the creativity actually happens within this home. So we decided to pull it back and kind of bring you into our everyday life environment. For those who've never been in our house, this is actually the downstairs living room that our landlord, Heidi, as well as Casey, have reamped. Like, we've lived here for quite a while. So when we moved in, we actually fell in love with this fireplace. So we were like trying to figure out, where do we want the video to be again? So did we want it in the corner bedroom, or where did we want it? And we actually landed with this whole space. Mm-hmm. And then you guys will notice, like, we have these little like rocky chairs. Connor's not so sure what he thinks about the swivel rock, but I love the movement. So in addition to it, Connor has a lot of new technology. So if you see a blurb like us not starting right at one, it's just us learning the new kinks of the system. A couple things that you'll notice is Connor has a little keyboard on his corner area. So you want to explain what that is, honey? And
sure.
Yeah.
So a handful of different things are going on. So, of course, we grabbed the microphones, 3-4 weeks ago?
Yeah.
So we got some better mics. And, of course, working from home now, we have a much better audio compression. So we don't get as much echo and stuff like that. But some of the things that I had wanted on top of this is to try and make my life a little easier with regards to the streaming and making the videos work. And the item that I have, it's called a StreamDeck. And it essentially, if you've seen it, like a big TV production, they've got all those knobs and switches, bring in, bring out. Well, that's what this does too. So with the click of a button, now instead of using the mouse to be right at the computer all the time, I can now just click a button here. And like that, now we have the social media stuff.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And then it'll kick back over onto the regular system. So the advantage of this is being able to set up some automated tasks like the social media thing, having that show up 7 minutes into our conversation.
Yeah.
Rather than me paying so much attention to the computer and clicking and bouncing around, whatever, this little thing takes care of everything. So even our go live process, it started the record, it started the stream, there was a delay, there was the fade in, the audio kicked in. So the next thing, of course, is to put music with it and make Kim dance.
Well, if it helps, I actually quacked like a duck into the system, but it was not approved for all audience ages on what I said in there. But it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to add something different.
Yeah, and with this, I mean, I've got timers and countdowns and everything else in here, so that we try and meet the range that we want. You know, we want to try and scale back these videos a bit. Trying to get in that 15 to 20 minute range rather than, those 30 minutes or those 1 hours. Not that those 1 hours were bad, because we had some great...
We love talking, y'all.
Yeah.
Like, we love talking. But we also know that the time is of essence, right? It's one of those deals, like, whenever I think anybody, when you get into an industry or a calling that you absolutely love, you can talk about it for days and days and days. And we've actually gotten really good feedback. So whether it's short videos or long videos, however, we just want to be very cautious of the fact, and not even cautious, just conscientious, that you have so much time on your hands, and we can throw a lot of data your guys' way. So we're just going to see if we can shorten these episodes up just a bit, kind of keep them a little bit more focused, but also make sure we still have fun, right? Because if we don't have fun, why are we doing it in the first place?
Yep.
Just to give this guy a kudos. So we have been doing videos for over 2 years. And when Connor first brought the video idea to me, I was like, fuck no, that is way too much work, right? Like, he paints this picture and he watches, like, on this, in the back sidelines, guys, he watches and he researches all different stuff. Now, I will say the caveat is the video is more of a hobby for us, meaning we've built it into our business, and he has learned quite a lot about cameras and mics and all that stuff, but we're not looking to get hired for it, right?
Are we fuzzy?
I don't think we are. I think we're clear. I don't know. Hopefully people can hear us too, right? We're just walking away. But he had this vision. And so now the vision's truly coming true. Like he got his last bits of equipment for this phase. There will always be more equipment, right? But he was able to really get the tools that he wanted for the automation side of it. And really kudos to you because you worked and worked and worked. And I know he gets really stressed out like before videos if you guys actually saw what happens to this poor guy.
We're 15 minutes. It's 15 after 1, and I think we've been live now about 5-6 minutes.
Yeah.
And those 10 minutes, stuff wasn't working. The mic wasn't working. Then they got the mic working. The camera stopped its feed. I had to reset that feed. But that's just part of that. That's the way the web works. I mean, you look at your Zoom calls that you have with coworkers and everything else. Not everything has to be professional, and it's not that we're not professional.
Depending on whose version of professional.
But the other was, like Kim had said, changing our environment a little bit and bringing it into our home rather than the white or the gray walls of the office.
Yeah.
And see what that looks like.
Absolutely.
And there's still things that have to be done.
Yeah.
There's still additional lighting that I want.
Yeah.
I want another light there and another light there.
He's going to be giving me a suntan, y'all, with all the lights. That's something that's very interesting. Like, I'm a very sensitive being, so having the lights, I have to, like, boot down after the video. Like, that's been an interesting process learning that through because our old storefront, so if you followed us way at the beginning, had bright colored walls on every single wall, right? So the lighting was completely different than going into an environment. Whenever we were at Regis, it kind of had a white and a gray wall. We were playing around with that. And then our last one, which is our new office space, just has white bare walls, right? And then so for me, I love watching videos where it's kind of like it feels homey, but it feels like it's us, right? And then so that's one of the reasons why I was like, hey, like with everybody working from home and all that stuff, what would it look like if we actually brought it back? Because we've even been working from home. It's not required on our end. We've just naturally found that we started working from home more, and we absolutely love it. So it works, right?
Sorry, automation just kicked in.
Automation. He didn't have to do anything. He's like, hey, look. So we have Casey. Thanks so much for tuning in here, Casey, as well as Michael. Michael, we love that you're here. And then Sarah. Sarah, hopefully things are going great on your end. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And then those that are watching the replay, you are on YouTube more than likely, but you might very well be on Facebook. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. So today's episode, we really wanted to check in with you guys. Yes, it's a test for us, 1, 2, 3 check, but we also wanted to touch base and see how are you guys doing? So how are you doing within your world? From us, what we've experienced with our clients is there's those that are getting shaken up and changed quite a lot. Like I talk about it being like a snow globe where you shake all the snow around and you know that there's a landscape in the globe, but you're not really sure what that landscape represents, right?
Yeah. Sure.
There's other ones that are like slowly but surely learning that we are in a new world. And what does that look like from marketing as well as sales process, as well as just being able to put food on the table for families and or have a company that has profit, right? There's another aspect that some companies haven't really been influenced and or it's the complete opposite where some companies have actually blown up size-wise because a lot of stuff's going more virtual and people are ordering more on like online versus walking into a store boutique, right? So we actually wanted to check in with you guys. Brandon's here. Hey, Brandon. Thanks for tuning in.
Hello.
We wanted to check in with you guys and see how is it within your world. So go ahead and drop in the comments if you wanted to provide some feedback of where you're at. From us, we've been doing a lot more site audits, and it's interesting because it's more individuals looking to do it themselves because they realize, okay, I don't have a whole lot of money, but I've got time on my hands. So now I'm serious about learning, right?
Right.
We do have some that still are like, we don't want to dick with any of it. You handle all of it. Those are our ideal clients, right? But we also love to teach. So the DIYs actually they put a warm and fuzzy in our heart because our ideal clients are those ones that know enough to be dangerous, right? They'll go and do all the legwork and then do the things. And then whenever shit fucks up or they hit a roadblock, they call us, they pick up the phone and call us, right? But like, let us know how things are going. And then also, this video production and us creating videos, we've been doing it over 2 years now, right? This is episode what?
108?
108, right? I feel like it's like should be 2000, episode 2000.
Well,
but
it doesn't count any of like our individual videos we do. So we
Yeah.
also do videos on YouTube itself. You do quite a bit Facebook Live
Yeah.
on top of that.
Yeah.
So you'll be on, 2-3 times in a week rather than.
Yeah, I've actually I've slimmed back and I slowed down. I've actually taken more space, right? But I do pop in whenever I get the nudge to pop in. The thing though that we really want to hear from you guys is what material do you guys feel like you need? So like we actually come up with things, whether it's conversations we're having or projects that we're working on, or previous clients, right? So we have that material, but we want to know what is it that you need and or what way can we support you? So if you don't want to put it down in the comments, just feel free to shoot us over an email. You can do Kimberly@bigredseo.com. We would love to be able to hear that feedback. And if it's in our realm, in our zone of genius, we can provide different details and materials as we go along.
For sure.
I do know Connor's super excited though, because since he does a lot of research, guys, and he does a lot of different materials, we actually wanted to bring some pretty shocking statistics your way. And I believe this is going to be more driven to if you have a shopping cart or if you have a shopping experience within your website. So I'll hand it over to Conor.
Yay.
I feel like a talk show. Ta-da! Here's our guest for the day.
So the big thing, as Kim said, we've been doing quite a few audits the last couple of weeks.
Yep.
And even this week, we were talking with 2 prospective clients. And the big thing from their end was the mobile responsiveness.
Yep.
They had a design done 3 years ago, and the other client had one done, I think it's almost been 6 years. So the 3-year-old one should have maybe had some of the mobile stuff in there that everybody's enjoying today, but essentially they need to gut everything and do a restart. And so I went through and I was just looking at, what are the mobile statistics right now as to what's going on. The only data I could find was from January of 2020, so it's about 6 months ago. It takes a while to compile that data. But there were 2. There was one that I had talked to Kim on. But essentially, 84% of people who've gone through a mobile checkout or gone through a checkout on their mobile device, 84% of those people have had a bad user experience. They haven't been able to complete the checkout, or they haven't been able to find checkout, or the card thing has an issue.
Like when he gave me that stat, it kind of blew my mind. I was like, what?
And at the same time, I faced it last week. I was ordering cigars online, and I faced the same thing. I had a problem during the checkout. It wouldn't take my card for some unknown reason. Yeah. And then I re-entered it back in. Then it took the card that time. So there was something in their system that was a problem. But the statistic that goes along with that is that 40% of the people that have that bad experience go to the competitor.
Yeah.
So there is no second chance or third chance sometimes. But 84% to have a problem, and then 40% of those people to actually leave after that problem. That's some scary numbers.
So here's the deal: is I can actually say last weekend I ordered from a restaurant for me to go pick it up.
We did the video last week on this.
Well, this is a different one.
Oh, another restaurant.
This is a different restaurant, and I'm not going to say the name. But I actually went through their process of ordering online so I could do curbside pickup, and it was the first time that they had actually opened. So like 2.5, 3 weeks they were open. I think they had constantly been delivering, but during the whole shutdown, they shut down right away, and then they rebooted their business to figure out, okay, how can we reboot up once they realized it was going to be past a couple weeks. But I actually went and I used their online website. So I know I installed an app. So it was an app. So this might not be relevant, but so it was an app that had a shopping experience, and I went through and I ordered everything. So everything was fine. It let me do specializations, remove cheese for this guy, like
on
do
a special case.
Extra potatoes side order for this guy. Like there's a lot of different stuff, right? But then I got to the checkout where I was trying to enter in my credit card information. And what it did was it kept telling me to enter the year in 4 digits, which I don't know if you guys actually pay attention to a shopping experience. Rarely does it actually say enter the digits in a 4-digit year, because the cards expire within 3 to 7 years anyway. Mm-hmm. Some of them even sooner than that, right? But I kept getting this error, and although I was reading the text, it didn't register in my brain that they were asking for a 4-number year. So I actually thought by the 4 numbers that they were saying put the 2-month date and then put the 2-month year. So a 4 4-number expiration, right?
So like 11/22.
Yeah, that's usually how you do it, right? So in my brain, I kept thinking, well, no, I'm filling this shit out. Like I keep doing it. And I went through that transaction like 4 times trying to get it going. And I kept getting the same error. And I almost made the decision to just not order it. But that place had been closed for so long that the desire for me to have that food was like, I will go against this and I need to figure this out. So I handed it to Conor. And of course, with Conor, he was like, oh yeah, just enter in the 4 number year, right? So like sometimes those that actually have the issue and you're in it and you're in the weeds, you don't see the thing. However, I did correct it and I did the 4-digit year expiration, and then boom, the order went through. But here's the deal. No business, I in all the shopping experiences I've ever done, no business has ever done that.
So the 4-digit year was real popular during the transition of 1999 until 2000, 2001, 2002.
Yeah.
Because you had that overlap in there, and there were calculation issues. If you type in 99 being the end year, then that was a problem.
Yeah.
But as you said,
we're 20 years in, y'all. 20 years in. There's no reason to bring that back.
It is old school functionality requirements. So yeah, that should not be needed.
Yeah.
So.
There's just if you're doing that on your site, get rid of it. Get rid of it. Because here's the deal: is at the end of the day, like I know Conor, he would have had it happen once, maybe twice. He would have just been like, "Fuck it, I'm not going to do it at all." Versus me, I had the desire to want to have the food, right? It's okay because it carried on past that. I actually went to the wrong location for the first time and then I had to go drive to the next location. So it kept, it stayed in my energy of the being irritated, right? But it was beautiful and it was good. What other stats did you have?
So the other couple of ones that I had here was that 57% of internet users won't recommend a website that has a poor web design or poor mobile design.
Yeah.
So your endorsement, your reputation on what you're recommending has influence there that you don't want to recommend something that's bad. A lot of people are doing that. So 57% was on that. The other two things, 77% of Americans have a smartphone.
Oh.
So I thought it would be higher, but 77%.
I think flip phones are coming back.
Yeah, they could be. But of that, 79% of those people have made an online purchase from their device in the last 6 months.
Interesting.
So of the 77% US, 80% of those people essentially have made a purchase on a mobile phone. So essentially where I'm getting to with all of this is that your mobile checkout experience has to be on point. Your mobile site has to be fast and blazing fast and easy to use,
right,
and all that stuff to begin with. But your checkout has to be on point, and it has to be something that people want to use.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
You'll end up with people like me and Kim who'll just say, "Fuck it, we're out."
A lot of times I do, unless there's a desire for food. I find that there's a connection with the food part.
But I've also gone to a brick and mortar store, walked around the place, put stuff into a cart, get to the checkout. There's 18 people in line. Screw it. I don't need this.
Yeah, I don't do that. I stick with it the whole entire thing. I think for me, though, it's because I genuinely feel bad if I put stuff in a cart and then I'm checking out and then I decide to leave because somebody else has to put that stuff away. So I've actually done that. I've actually made the decision, okay, I'm not going to purchase it. and then I went and put everything back. Yeah. So, but for me, that would be the only reason why I don't do that. But now they have the self-checkout. So if you don't want to wait in line, you just boom right into
Do you remember over Christmas, we walked into a store. I think I was going in to get shoes or jeans.
A pillow.
Was it a pillow?
He wanted a pillow.
Okay, I wanted a pillow. Walked in the door, saw the hordes of people standing there.
It was a lot of people.
And we just turned around and walked back out.
No, we didn't. I was stubborn.
You forced me to go all the way through.
So I was like, no. And it was between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And so the thing is he walked in and he was like, there's too many people. I'm not waiting in line. And then I was like, well, you can go wait out in the car. And then eventually I got to the point where I couldn't handle it. There was a lot of people. There was a lot of people in that store. The temperature was weird. It was,
Well, so we had no business going to the store.
So I actually opted to do that store at an off-peak hour. That's the best time I love to shop. And being a business owner, I'm not sure if you guys experience this or not for those business owners. the ability to have the flexibility to where you can go to a store on off-peak hours is amazing. I remember being in corporate world, in corporate America, and it was like you worked from 9 to 5 or 9 to 6. And then so it meant your grocery shopping was before, or it was like after, or on the weekends. I personally love hijacking my day and just out of the middle of nowhere in the day, just going off to the store or running errands. Like, that's the beautiful part. Plus, I can get the sunshine, right? Versus it being dark whenever I get off work and light whenever I go to work or so forth. But anyway, yeah. So thanks, guys, so much for tuning in. Hopefully those stats were a bit shocking as they were with me. But it's important to make sure that you pay attention to your website design, as well as what are you representing for your business when it comes to online marketing. In the meantime, thank you for tuning in our beautiful new space.
Let us know what you,
some more changes.
Let us know what you think of this format versus at the table or at the computers and so forth.
Yeah, so we have a couple things up of our sleeves. Like, this won't be the only layout specifically. So a couple different options here. But yeah, give us some feedback and let us know. In the meantime, we wish all of you guys the best and have a beautiful weekend.
All right, guys.
Thanks.
Have a great day now.
See you later.
Thank you so much.